Friends, very good morning to everyone. In the previous class, we learned that we will be eating various kinds of the food items, and also we learned cooking of various tasty food items. Now let us see what are the food components required to maintain healthy and hygienic conditions in our body. You know that while preparing a food, we will be adding different kinds of the ingredients to get taste and fragrance of the food. Not only to get taste and fragrance of the food, we need to add more number of the ingredients to maintain a balanced diet in our body. Now let us see what is a balanced diet. Balanced diet is a diet which contains all the food substances in a required definite proportion. Balanced diet is a diet which contains all the food substances in a required definite proportion. Now let us see what are the foods to be taken adequately, moderately and sparingly. The foods like cereals, milk, pulses to be taken adequately. Along with this food, we need to take fresh foods, fresh fruits, vegetables, and leafy vegetables. More in quantity. Cooking oil, animal food to be used moderately, and the foods like vanaspati, ghee, butter, cheese to be used sparingly. Now, suppose if you are not maintaining a balanced diet, what will happen? It may affect or cause a number of diseases like blood pressure, high blood pressure, scurvy, night blindness, so to eradicate all these kind of the diseases, we need to maintain a balanced diet in our daily food. So now we know that in our daily life we are taking various kinds of the foods in the form of breakfast, lunch and dinner, and food habits may vary from one place to the other place. Like in case of the South India, we used to take rice as a daily food, and in case of the North India, we used to take chapatis as a daily food because of the more cultivation of the wheat in that area. Now let us see here, we are taking the food to get energy. We are taking the food to get energy. Why we need energy? Means we need energy to do work. So in a daytime we'll be involved in various kinds of the physical activities, so we need energy. But here one question arises, what about in case of the night times? We are at rest while sleeping, do we really need energy? That means that yes, even in the night times in our body, number of organs are performing various kinds of the metabolic activities like respiration, digestion, excretion, circulation, etc. To perform all these kinds of the metabolic activities, we need energy even in the night times. Historically, if you observe it, in the year of 1770s, a Frenchman called as Antoine Lavoisier. He is also called as father of nutrition and chemistry. He discovered a concept of metabolism and conversion of food and oxygen into heat and water in creation of energy. So just we learned that we are taking the food to get energy. And in the year of 1752, the scientist called as James Lind, he discovered a disease called as scurvy. And he said that it is a disease which will be cured or prevented by taking various kinds of the fresh fruits and vegetables. So with this, we come to know that by taking fresh fruits and vegetables, we can able to cure various kinds of the diseases also. And in the case of the 19th century, we come to know that our body required various kinds of the components like carbohydrates, proteins, fats. Now let us see what are the essential components required to maintain healthy and hygienic conditions in our body. Essential components. The essential components are carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. These are some of the essential components, and whenever we are taking the food, we will be eating different kinds of the food, but they are rich in one or other kinds of a component. Now let us see how to identify what kind of the components are present in those foods. For that we need to perform a simple experimentation. First, we'll start with a confirmation test of carbohydrates or starch test. Materials required: test tube, iodine solution, food sample. Let us take potato as a food sample, and water. Procedure: first, we need to prepare a dilute iodine solution. Let us see how to prepare a dilute solution. Take iodine solution in a clean test tube and add few drops of water to it till it gets light yellow color or brown color. And now take a food sample into another clean test tube and add diluted iodine solution to the food sample. If the color of the food sample changes into dark blue or a black color. If the color of a food sample changes into dark blue or a black color, it gives the confirmation test for starch. First, we need to prepare a dilute iodine solution. For that, we are taking iodine solution in a clean test tube and adding water till it gets light yellow or brown color. Then we are taking a food sample in a test tube and adding dilute iodine solution to the food sample. If the color of a food sample changes into dark blue or a black color, it gives the indication of presence of a starch. Now, let us go to the fat test. Now let us see fat test. Materials required: food sample, let us take vada and a piece of paper. Procedure: first, we need to take vada into a piece of paper and press it gently. If the paper turns into translucent, then it is the confirmation test for fats. First, we need to take a food sample in a paper and press it gently. If the paper turns into translucent, that gives the confirmation test for fats. Now, let us go to the protein test. Materials required: 2% of copper sulfate solution and 10% of sodium hydroxide solution, test tube, grinded or powdered food sample, water. First, let us see how to prepare 2% of copper sulfate solution. For preparation of a 2% of copper sulfate solution, we need to take 2 grams of copper sulfate, 2 grams of copper sulfate in 100 ml of water gives 2% of copper sulfate solution. For preparation of 10% of sodium hydroxide solution, we need to take 10 grams of sodium hydroxide in 100 ml of water gives 10% of sodium hydroxide solution. Now let us take a food sample in a clean test tube, add few drops of water and make it into a solution, and take another clean test tube, add food solution into a test tube. To that food solution, add 2 drops of copper sulfate solution and 10 drops of sodium hydroxide solution. If the color of food sample turns into violet or purple color, then it gives the confirmation test for proteins. First, we need to prepare 2% of copper sulfate solution and 10% of sodium hydroxide solution. For preparation of 2% of copper sulfate solution, we need to take 2 grams of copper sulfate in 100 ml of water gives 2% of copper sulfate solution. For preparation of 10% of sodium hydroxide solution, we need to take 10 grams of sodium hydroxide in 100 ml of water gives 10% of sodium hydroxide. If to the food sample, if we add 2 drops of copper sulfate solution and 10 drops of sodium hydroxide solution, if the color of the food sample changes into violet or purple color, then it gives the confirmation test for protein test. Now let us see some other food components required to our body, like dietary fibers, Dietary fibers are a type of carbohydrates which will be more useful to us in free bowel movement of food, in a gut, and helps in digestion process, and it helps to avoid constipation. Let us see what are the fruits and vegetables contains more fibrous. The fruits and vegetables like papaya, apples, banana, vegetables like beans, peas, etc. They contains more amount of dietary fibers. Now let us see, water is also one of the important components to our body. To perform all the metabolic activities in our body, we need water. And water rich fruits and vegetables are like papaya, apple, banana, tomatoes, melons. Almost all the kinds of fruits and vegetables contains water. With this, we'll end the class. Before ending, let us revise what are the things that we have discussed. So friends, don't take outside food or junk food. Try to take fresh fruits and vegetables and drink sufficient amount of water to maintain yourself as strong and healthy. Thank you.